Are you looking for a good brunch item? Welcome back to He's House, where we do a little bit of everything all the time, and it usually turns out right. Today, we're going to make some cheese blintzes. My wife used to love these things. She got them down in Florida at TooJay's, I believe it's called, with her grandma and grandpa. I showed a video of this the other day, or maybe I posted some pictures, but there was no recipe. And somebody asked me, hey, how do you make those? So I just did a recipe and follow along for the next 20 minutes or so, and let's see how they turn out. I'm going to get to eating these now, so check out the video. So, in order to feed those guys that just showed up, we're going to get this made. It looked delicious, didn't it? And I'm telling you, it really is. So, we're going to start with the farmer's cheese. And this recipe, we're using a pound of farmer's cheese. So one thing I didn't open ahead of time. Looks like I should have. And you can get your farmer's cheese just about any store. You can actually make it at home, but it's so much easier to buy it. Now to the filling, we're going to add 1 egg yolk. Use the biggest egg I had to get a nice big yolk. We're going to add about a third of a cup. I'm probably going to add about a quarter of a cup of powdered sugar to this one. You can use regular sugar as well. I like the fact that this won't add any grittiness to it. Gotta remelt my butter, hold on. While that's melting, we're gonna add a teaspoon and a half, 2 teaspoons of vanilla paste. This is what makes it really good. And now the butter. Alexa, stop timer. Gotta have my coffee while I'm making all this. Set that to the side. Now you just mix this up really good. You want to make sure that sugar and egg yolk is incorporated everywhere, as well as that vanilla paste. And then we're going to stick this back in the fridge. I fry these up afterwards once they're made. And I like them crispy on the outside, but I like them cold on the inside still. So I'm going to put this right back in the fridge once we get done with this. So I'm just going to change containers. And the farmer's cheese has a little bit of a tang to it, which is really good mixed with that sugar. And then the vanilla, and we're going to add the strawberries with honey on top of it. Oh, it should be so good. Don't want to waste any of this. Although, once the video stops, I'm going to lick this bowl clean because it's pretty good. Maybe I'll do it now. Alright. This is going in the fridge. So now for the crepes. With the Blintz, your crepes is going to be have a lot more eggs in it. For what I'm making here, for my normal crepes, I'd probably only use 2 or 3 eggs. But there's 6 eggs in this. And these are bigger eggs. These are from my chickens, and so a lot of them are bigger. I have a cup of flour measured out. I have 2 cups of milk measured out. I may not use all the milk because these eggs have a lot of moisture in it. But I'm putting half a cup of brown sugar. Just a small pinch of salt. Then I'm going to mix a cup of flour in here. Yeah, see, my eggs have a lot more moisture than normal eggs because they're bigger. And so this is already pretty runny. I probably would end up adding all 2 cups of that milk. Now normally, I add vanilla to my crepes, but we're not going to do that today because I have vanilla in the filling right there. And I don't want the vanilla to overpower the tanginess of the cheese. But now I have a third of a cup of butter. Then I want to make sure I get all this off the pan. And I'm going to turn this heat back on. Alright, so now that we have the All right, that's about a cup of milk. And that's all I'm going to do. So I'm only going to put a cup of milk in. I probably could add more flour, but I don't want to because this is going to make quite a few. Actually, I am going to add some more flour. Heath doesn't like the blintzes, and he's probably going to eat about 6 crepes, which is going to mean that's 6 blintzes I don't make. So let me add a little bit more flour to this. That was about 3/4 of a cup. You just want to make sure this batter is really smooth. You don't want any chunks in it. And then I'm going to add some more milk. So that's about 1 3/4 cups of flour and 2 cups of milk that I added to this. And yeah, that's a pretty good consistency right there. When I do my blintzes, I make them a little bit thicker than I do with just a crepe because I don't want them to rip when I'm folding them. Normally in this pan, I use a 1/4 cup. I'm going to use a 1/3 cup today. You want to spread all around. This first one is never pretty as all the rest, but Heath won't mind. He's going to come up and eat this probably as soon as he smells this cooking. And when I'm making these for blintzes, I want to cook these just until they're cooked. I don't want them to be overcooked at all because there's so much egg in it. I don't want them to crack when I'm rolling them up. And like I said, we're going to crisp these up in some butter right before we serve them, so they'll be pretty delicious. But right now, I just want them cooked just until I can flip it and just until I can take it off. And that's it. We're going really quick on these because we want them soft. All right, I've got like 1.5 dozen to go. We'll check back in a few minutes. All right, well, got to make Heath up real quick. So we'll take a pause from making these. He likes it with Nutella on it. Smear it all around. Then we'll roll it up. And there you go. That's how Heath likes them. Hey Heath, your crepes ready. Back to making crepes.
Are they just plain? Is this mine?
That is yours. Enjoy, little dude.
Thanks.
You're welcome. Got about 6 more to go, so we'll check back in a second. All right, down to the last one. The first one and the last one tend not to look as nice, but they taste just as good. And honestly, once you flip it, the flip side, you won't be able to tell the difference on. So we got 1, 2, 3, 4. Made 15 crepes using a 1/3 cup. I don't think anybody's ever really noticed the difference between a 1/4 and a 1/3 cup on the Blintz. I just like it better that way. But if you did these a 1/4 cup at a time, you'd make a lot more. You'd probably have like 20. Now we're going to roll some out. And we're definitely going to need more butter. All right, let's get a couple rolled out. I prefer to roll these out and then put them in the fridge and let everything get cold. But for today, we are not going to do that. I just picked the prettier side for the crepe and have that as the outside. You put about a tablespoon and a half of the cheese in here. Fold it in on the sides. Fold it over this way. Try to make sure everything's squared. And then I roll it up. And you have your nice little Blintz. I'm going to do 2 of these. And then we'll fry them up in the butter. All right, we got 2. Let's add some butter. And you don't have to fry these up. They're pretty good just like this. I just like it better. Now I usually start with the open side, the rolled side down, because it'll kind of stick it together once it's fried. This stuff's really good. And this is just a matter of your heat and your butter, how long it takes and how crispy you want it. The good part about having all of this cold in the fridge is the cheese stays cold longer and it doesn't get as soft, so you can roll it around and fry all the sides a little bit easier. Oh, these are looking good right now. All right, these are almost done. And then these are what I'm going to put on top. This is some of that honey you've seen me harvest. Fresh strawberries and fresh blueberries. That's going to be delightful. Actually, I'm going to cut one of these open so you can see the inside of it. So, here you go. Well, you may notice it looks slightly different. And I cleaned up, well, I guess you can't see what I cleaned up, but I made the video, finished eating it, and went and sat down to edit the video up and realized I forgot to start hitting recording again, so I never finished my video. But this is what it is. It's so delicious. And now I'm going to be really stuffed because I'm going to eat all 4 of these. But thanks for stopping into He's House, where the food's always fresh, the back deck's always open. Sometimes we make mistakes making our videos, but the food still tastes good, and we're having a good time. So thanks for stopping in, and I'll see you all around.